Alright, welcome back to Just Enough Garage. As you can see, 1964 Suburban. Got a few things to do with it. And I made some headway on my bumper. We'll talk about both. So a couple of things on the 64 Chevy Suburban. You guys remember I've had this for the whole time that I've done YouTube. I'm ready to sell it. And I looked recently on what they go for. Google it, 1964 Suburban. There were a lot more value in these than what I realized. And I realized I could use that money for maybe some other things. And so I'm going to get it ready for sale. Well, one of the things, or two of the things, or three of the things that I have not finished is, one is this brake switch I need to install, because I've never installed the brake lights. I did a whole new wiring harness. And you remember when I put the headlights in those, Bill, I ended up with an extra set. I'm thinking about upgrading those, verifying some grounds, whatever. And then there's one other thing that I wanted to do. Let me show you. If you leave the window open, the cats will come in when it rains, because it was heavily raining the last 2 days, just like it was last week. We have rain, sun, rain. So right now, it's sun. Anyways, the cat's moved in, and it stinks. I'll deal with that. But you see the strap in there, Johnny. Oh, by the way, Johnny's back. His work schedule has allowed him to have a day off with me at the same time. Anyways, inside here, these have one. It looks like there could have been two once, but I've seen them with one. I don't know if they came that way. Anyways, this is, oh, it stinks like cat. Yeah. Anyways, we'll work on this later. Let's get the cat stuff out of here. God, it stinks. I hate cats. Oh, you dirty cat. So, John, we were just in the back filming, and I was having a gag reflex of the cat manure, and he thinks it's funny. He's got a smirk. It's not funny, John.
It's hilarious.
I wasn't feeling that well today. That set me off. Okay. Gross. You know how one little thing can just upset you to the point where you don't even want to work on the truck? Yeah. Anyways, we got this out of a field a bunch of years ago. Probably 4 years ago now, John. Probably 3.5 anyways. Anyways, what it is, it had a 6-cylinder motor, 3-speed transmission. It currently has a 283 that I had here at the shop. And it has a 5-speed, like the S10 version. It works okay. I wasn't impressed. I mean, whatever. And then it runs, drives, new radiator, new hoses, bunch of new parts, blah, blah, blah. I've wasted a bunch of time and money on it, because I thought these were cool. As it turns out, I got it out of my system. It's not as cool as I thought it was. I like the truck. So, anyways, if somebody's interested, just go ahead and contact us. I'll probably put it for sale like a few days after, this video hits the internet. So if somebody's interested, you gotta let me know right away. Otherwise, forget it. So when you Google these, 1964 Chevy Suburban, you will see that they start at this number and up. I am at the lowest part of the number because I don't mind passing a deal on to somebody else. Runs and drives, sure. Brakes are good. We'll fix everything that's not fixed. Oh, let me rephrase that. I will make sure the lights work. And otherwise, it's a good old truck. She really is. I put some miles on it. She runs good. Okay, let's get going. I feel like I'm losing the plot. That cat, ugh. Okay, yeah, let me get organized. Let's do that. Let's get organized. Let's pull those headlights out, update those. That's easy. We just plug and play, John. Just plug and play. Okay, so this set of lights, so they're made here. This is the SKU number if somebody's interested in looking them up. I got them from Amazon. They were $20 a box, and the box comes with two. Even though it doesn't say that, when you read it up, you think there's a 1 in there. Anyways, they're a 7-inch headlight, and they're designed for replacing 12-volt. This has new wiring in it. The lights work okay, but I'm trying to jazz it up a little bit. In fact, later on, hopefully this weekend, I can do it. The weather's good. I was told about some clear coat stuff you rub on. I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to follow up on that and hopefully get it. It means we'll have to do a little bit of sanding on the body just to knock down some of the roughness of the paint. And then I can spray that, put that on. I guess it's a wipe on. If you wipe it on real good, and then it'll be shiny and somebody will be in love with it and it'll be easier to sell. That's my... Are you kidding me? That screw was a slot, John. And now this one over here is a Phillips head. You know, come on, guys.
Man, who worked on this last?
I don't know. Probably a guy that was 3 years younger.
I'm never working on this again.
Yeah, just put it in there. Nobody cares. Yeah, that's my big hang up, I think, right now, John, is where I collect all these. I get them to a certain point, and I need to set them free, right? And I mentioned this before. We're like rehabilitating animals here. I was going to say cats, but I hate them now because of the smell. But rehabilitating things, and I got to like let them go, and it's just time to let one of these go. Anyways, this is the bulb.
Is that the bulb?
Oh, well, who did that?
I have a feeling you did, but like 3 years ago.
Okay, you know what? The old Darian did some wiring that was a little bit hanky. The new Darian's going to go ahead and fuse all that together. Like, I mean, what happened? He did a great job on this.
I think we ran out and meant to fix it.
Was that for a future? Oh, that's right. Someday I was going to do it right. Yeah. You know what? This might not be the Suburban for you guys to buy. Yeah, let me fix that. All right, stand by. I'm gonna, you know what? This is the ground wire. I think was. Look how corroded that is.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna run a new ground wire and put all those together with the things. I'll be back with you in a moment. I do know how to do it correctly, and I will show you. So, John, do you remember The Simpsons? Did you ever watch The Simpsons growing up? Maybe Mary will find a clip. I don't know. Anyways, there's a Simpson episode where Homer wants ice cream. Chocolate. And he opens the freezer door, and inside there's Napoleon ice cream. I know it's Neapolitan, but Napoleon ice cream. It's got chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. He opens each one, and the chocolate is gone. He's like, chocolate. And he goes to the next carton. There's a bunch of cartons. Anyways, they're all empty. And he goes, Marge, we're out of ice cream. Okay. You know, he won't eat the other. So I felt that way just now. I was opening these terminal sets because I need some butt connectors. And everything is in here but the terminal connectors. It's like, why am I only using those? So then I thought, well, okay, I'll just look in here. You know? I've done better on this one, but again, no terminal connectors. So let's go to the store. Let's go buy terminal butt connectors. Also, you remember when I was figuring out wiring 3 years ago?
No.
I marked on the back low, high, and the ground. And ground is where we're having trouble with. It's at the bottom. But what I don't recall is if it's the same with these, because I wired those to match, so it should be universal. Well, hopefully it is.
It should just be swap it.
I would hope so.
Light bulb.
But I don't think it said. These do have a left and a right, the way that they're shaped. Hopefully they'll fit in, because I had to modify the buckets on that, but then again, those were antiques, so I guess we'll connect it to a battery.
You had to modify the buckets to get any bulb in there.
Yeah. But you see that? Yeah, look. Okay, change of plans.
You're just going to fix the ground now?
Because this is left. This is the driver's side, right? I mean, but look, that's stupid.
It's going to have sad eyes.
What the hell? Come on, China. Okay. Scratch it. This has been a big wash. You'll probably never see this because it's just so disappointing. I will fix this. Put those back, and we'll just move on with a piece of junk. Let's go buy butt connectors.
All right.
Okay, so we went to the store, came back. Great. Now, what I'm doing, because I didn't like the way I done that ground 3 years ago, is I've got a wire going straight to the battery terminal. And so I am heat sinking it. if you haven't never bought this stuff before or used it, it works pretty good. This is all Harbor Freight heat shrink. I'll show you the package in a minute. And then you had this little torch somewhere, didn't you, John?
Yeah. Got it a while ago.
Yeah, it works pretty good. Alright, so this is what you buy these things for $4 or $5, I don't know. Anyways, it has a bunch of different tubing in there. These are too long, so you're designed to cut them down. So I've got a little piece here. For the other side, I'm going to take it. John started to take the light out for me. We've got these as well from Ace, the Helpful Place, down the street from us. So helpful I can't open it. I got one of these big eye terminals to be my ground. I'll run the wire up here, and we'll go ahead and put it on there and tighten it down. And then that should take care of it. This was loose. It seems to be my MO, John, when I'm driving one of these cars or something. I leave it so the battery can be removed quickly in case, you know, in case something goes wrong. But nothing ever goes wrong.
Except for the battery dying because it's loose.
Yeah, except for the battery dying because it's loose. That seems to be my problem. Is I'm like, if I just, you know. Anyways, so I'll show you how I do this one. This isn't the best system in the world, but it's a system I use. Take a piece about that long. Leave that there. You will never need that again.
That's just the offcut.
You got to put that on first. Now, because I needed the eye like this is a heavier gauge, I'll usually fold that wire over like that, doubles it up. I make sure I can see the end of it. You want to make sure you get a good pair of crimpers, which these may or may not be.
They're a pair of crimpers, that's for sure.
Mash that sucker down. If I did this right, I did, barely. Kind of stupid because it's still exposed to corrosion on the front half. Put that on there. It's giving the illusion of professionalism. You know, if I'd done this right, I might cut this off. I would have had the other wire, which we didn't finish, John, come up here, and they both could have gone in there at once.
Not too late now.
You know what? It's that camera. It messed me up again.
Oh, yes, it's the camera's fault.
Anyways, we're going to finish this. It's no big deal. It's just a little repair. And then I'll get on the other stuff. I'll get back to you when I actually get the brake switch going and show you that part. And then we're going to do something with the latch. Keeps the door from flopping open. Get rid of the ratchet strap. I have been soaking that. The levers inside are just corroded. It needs a whole disassembly, sandblast, lubrication. It needs somebody to fiddle with it. Then windshield wipers on this. I've never put power to them, so maybe they work. And then I don't drive it in the rain. And then, oh, and then it probably needs a windshield. You can see that. Oops, come on, hood. Yeah, those were like $160 the other day on eBay, but then you need the rubber too, so I'm gonna guess it's like under $300 for all the parts. And I'd imagine a guy could put it in himself. I would just imagine that it's like that one we did with the pink willies.
That was a good firework.
Sounds like the 4th start. And today is the 3rd of July. But, you know, we'll be hearing this for the next 5 days. Anyway, so we'll get going on it. Get back with you in a minute or two. You came out for a visit, John.
Yeah.
So, we're going to check the battery, verify that it's still charging. I was going to go start it. John noticed something. This is a super serious, super lucky deal for us. Shut up, train! Shut up! Anyways, I'll show you. You watch, John. You know where to look. Now, I don't want to badmouth O'Reilly's, but that's their hose and it's less than 3 years old because we put that on there.
Less than 3 years ago.
And we don't drive it hardly. So, you guys watch a lot of videos. There's a fella, I'm in Washington on this side of the mountain, the western side. The fella on the eastern side, what is his name? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Whalen Wire and his old rusty iron or something is his name of his channel. He lives up on a mountain.
Whalen Wire's old iron.
Something like that. Whalen.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, anyways. Nice old guy. I've watched a bunch of his videos. He's probably at like 60,000 subscribers. He's superior to me in all aspects. Fine. Been doing YouTube like 15 years. Go check him out. Anyways, he had a car that burned down in his, I don't know, it was a rat rod that he had in his shop. And he did the same thing, John. He had the hood down. He went to start the deal. The pump, it started, of course. This one would have too, because there's not enough fuel leaking. But then it sprayed up on the exhaust manifold. And because he wasn't quick enough to turn off the key, this is a couple years ago, he got the key turned off finally or whatever. But meanwhile, the stupid car burned down and it screwed up his shop, and there was a bunch of problems. And he blamed the O'Reilly's rubber hose. And that's been in the back of my mind. And I was like, no, there's no way. Now I just now seen that. I think it's the ethanol in the gasoline or something. Anyways, it suggested that you use the fuel injection hose, and this is just the standard hose. So, because I do have an electric fuel pump on it, that's going to be a problem, right? So, I don't know. I'm gonna fix the hose, but I was going to start it. Now I'm not. But anyways, the point is check your hoses. If you're doing this with modern stuff and the gasoline, apparently the hoses are no good. So I'll go to the store later and buy, it's like $5 a foot versus $1 a foot. I don't know. I'll spend $40 on freaking rubber hose, come back, and hopefully it'll solve my problem. But it was a good call by John to have seen that. I drove this up here the other day, I didn't know what's going on. And just so you know, John, it still smells like cat poop in the truck. So I might just be done for today and work on something else, because I hate that smell. Yeah. When I used to do construction, a fella told me one time, he goes, if I open the hatch to the bottom of their crawl space and it smells like cats, he goes, I don't even say anything more. Starting out at $1,000 more to go under there. And I was like, whoa, that seems expensive. And he goes, nope, I hate cats. And I'm like totally there where he's at now. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and let this set. I'll get some rubber hose for it. And I just put a bunch of that hose on that car too, John.
So I guess in 3 years you're going to have to...
3 years, I got to have a problem. Yeah, because check it out right here. You can even see some of it. So I made a connection point right there with some of that hose. Brand new. The rest is steel line.
There's some right there.
Yeah, that's just the vent though. But you're
well,
right.
Yeah, that's not as important, but there's some.
Yeah. All right, well, let's work on something else. Today's a lazy daisy day, and bummer. This is why I want to get rid of it. It's kind of a Christine thing for me. Goodbye, go to somebody else. No, I just don't use them. I mean, there's probably 4 of them I'd like to sell, John, truthfully. I just don't use them. It's just the maintenance and taking care of them and moving them and keeping the insurance on them. And it's just, I'm ready to downsize.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. That was yesterday, the way I'm filming this. You'll see this Wednesday. This dog, Chili, is over here sniffing the leftover fireworks next to a can of gasoline, next to acetone in a shop, next to an acetylene bottle. Anyways, the reason I'm telling you all this is this material Flood, the woodworking care specialist. I'm trying this experiment. My father told me about this. He watched some YouTube guys do it. Okay, so I did the hood last night in the coolness. And it is just a urethane, it looks like urethane clear coat. It did okay compared to the rest of the body. There's a little bit of shine still on this. This has just got a little bit more protection. But I sanded, I'm not going to touch it because my hands are grubby. But I sanded it with 220 grit on the sander just real quick. And now I'm going to do the rest of it. I probably won't show you everything of it. You wipe it with, anyways, you take a rag and you wipe it. What it ended up doing is I kind of left some streaks in it on the brown. On the green you can't tell, but on the brown. So I'll probably give it a second coat when it cools off. I don't know if it was the right thing to do. I might have screwed this up. It's better, but it might be one of those things that needs to be sprayed, because this is really rough. This paint is really rough. So sanding it was right. It smoothed the paint out. I'm just trying to make it better. Like I say, I'm going to try to sell this one. I'm in a bad situation where I just keep collecting them, and I just don't have any more room and time and patience. On top of that, I've got myself in over my head a little bit here on this taillight situation. I've got them all apart. I'm not getting good voltage to the taillights. I assumed it was a ground. It hasn't been, I don't know, hit and miss. I've got voltage coming straight into my new fuse panel from the solenoid. I've checked all the wiring. I've had all this apart. It's kind of a mess. And like I say, I'm kind of done with the project in the sense that I'm just tired of it. It's nothing really wrong with it. It's just I got too many things going on. So I was working on the fuel line, and I thought I'd give you an update. This is what happened to that fuel line. I don't know why it did that, because I believe this was all put on at the same time with a new piece of hose, and the upper part is in good shape. It's soft, it's flexible, and that was up here on the carburetor. But down there on the filter to this piece of tubing, I don't know. So I think tomorrow, today's Sunday, and I'm just going to dink around in the backyard, and tomorrow after work I'll buy a new set of line, a rubber, put it on. Okay. Anyways, this Suburban, it's coming along. I don't know. If you look on the internet, some people think they're somewhere between $15,000 and $180,000 for this same two-door Suburban. Is it worth that much? I don't know. Obviously, it's not $180,000. But 15 would be a stretch, but that's where the internet says they start at. So if you're going to get into the C10 scene, the C10s are extremely valuable, extremely rare. They're difficult to find. This is a 64 two-door Suburban. That was the way they came. 3 doors came in 67, and then of course the 4 doors were after that, 72 or 3 or something, when the square bodies came. But this is what they were, and apparently there wasn't a lot of them made. And even though this one is rusty, if they're just buying the body, apparently they're $15,000. Just Google it. I didn't believe it. Somebody told me. I Googled it, what to expect to pay, and there's low, medium, and high could be totally restored. So I don't know. I'll put it on the low end and see what happens. I don't think I'll sell it for that much here in my area. We're just too isolated, and it's, maybe in Long Beach or LA or a big city, or maybe back east I'll get more. But anyways, so I'll just finish this out, show you the whole thing at the end. It's basically sand it, put your rag, smear it, let it set for 24 hours. It is better. But am I going to do that with this one? No, I think I will probably just go ahead and spray it. But I need to sand the body the same way. So this is just so rough. Starting out with this was kind of an experiment for me. That's why I brought it up here. I had a few things to fix. Like I say, if somebody's interested in this, yes, it runs and drives. It'll probably take you wherever you need to go. It totally needs an interior. Mechanically, it's good. Electrically, it's getting better. It was a do-it-yourself wiring kit I did a few years ago. And like I say, I'm missing something here. It's a little frustrating. Hopefully I'll stumble on my problem. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to chug along at the end and go from there. And real quick for this, these were my bumper brackets. I have not done anything with them. In fact, I'll take one off to show you what I ended up doing. I feel like I'm stalling out on the Oldsmobile. So this is a piece of that plate that I had here, and basically I just sawed it out. Used a hole saw. It took a while. Anyways, that's going to support that bumper, and then just go to the original bracket right here. Of course, this is the original bumper, or a bumper from a car similar, I'm not sure. So I'm not going to commit myself to welding that until I straighten out the roll pan and I get this straightened out. Again, stay frosty. I've got a lot of things going on this summer. Like I say, we all got through the 4th. Congratulations. Happy 250 years to the United States. Hopefully hopefully we won't screw it up and we can continue going forward. Anyways, on with the American cars that I have in my backyard. And let me get back to you in a few minutes after I probably be tomorrow before I get all this done, but I'm going to work on it here in this afternoon. All right, fuel line's fixed. Runs perfect, no problem. I did do this side with see the shine on it. Part of it is I didn't use a high gloss. This was a natural. It's what they had at my Home Depot. It's where I bought this. It's a gallon. It was 29 bucks. You can see it's got some shine compared to this. I didn't clean this yet. So you can see there's a difference. It only lasts about a year. It's a wipe-on stuff. It looks pretty good. Distance is its friend. But you can see up here in the sun, maybe you can see on the camera, there's a little bit of streaks. So I'm going to give it a second coat later on. Just to, then I'll be putting it on top of itself. Maybe that'll help up. Anyways, with that, we went to a car show yesterday, 4th of July one. Mariana will throw you a couple of pictures of that. Otherwise, we'll catch you next week. I'm hoping that my glass will be in pretty soon for the Oldsmobile. We'll throw that together. But if anybody's interested in this, Google the price of these. Send me an email. I'll work with you. Otherwise, probably in a week or so, I'm going to put it for sale locally, see what happens. I like selling them locally. I like seeing them around town still. I like people to be able to utilize them. That being said, also, these Brat seats in my Brat. Let's talk about that. I'm thinking of selling that one this summer too. I just don't use it as much. I need some yard space back. As you can tell, I am just stuffed with junk back here. So I'm going to go through a cycle. Spring cleaning that turned into summer. So if anybody's interested in anything in my yard, Oldsmobile, no. Capri, no. 48 Ford, no. Pink Jeep, no. Rat Rod, no. Hey, but this, and maybe a Brat. Anyways, we'll talk to you next week. Enjoy the show.
Things together. Hope you are quite prepared to die. It looks like